Finishing things is hard. We romanticize the spark of an idea and we celebrate its release. But what about this middle ground, this eerie, ghoulish ground where so many ideas go to die? Whether it's through delay, distraction, isn't that just beautiful? Or doubt. Today, that's what I want to talk about. How we finish our creative ideas. Baked into the idea of completing something is a profound question. Should you let it brew, or should you push it all the way? So many of my favorite artists were extraordinarily zeroed in on the act of finishing itself. So I think of Lennon McCartney, and they would sit there every single day and they would do 3-hour time blocks, and they would just literally be nose to nose, and they would just try to get one song written. So inherent in the idea of completion is that you've already been working on something, and what happens when you're working on something is you clutter up your space, you have empty teacups, you have bits of paper with scribbled ideas, and it can create this sense of overwhelm, so that you suddenly feel like you're not actually getting anything done. I think this area here we're just going to have to leave for another day. Sometimes avoidance is a rather marvelous tactic. So a lot of us are independent creators and artists nowadays, and we're not going to benefit from having a sparring partner like Lennon and McCartney had to sharpen their talent. They also had this healthy and helpful sense of rivalry, not to mention that they actually had someone else who could help them when they hit a stumbling block. But what we can do in ourselves is recommit to the process itself. Now, the problem nowadays with all this tsunami of content is that you have to ship it, you have to get it out, and suddenly quality is less a question. But there is an inherent process within trying to make good work. It can involve stuckness, it can involve being uncertain, it can be involved allowing something in the mythic tissue of your mind to let something come out. And this discipline when it comes to completion, it's like, can you stay within the process long after the initial spark to complete it has moved on? Because often we hit these stumbling blocks because we just have lost that spark. So I think for many of us, there's this tension between the emptiness that exists when you're working on a project and the inspiration that you feel. And there's a gulf between the two things, and you have to bring different aspects of your personality in order to solve this. And I think one of the healthiest things is trying to get over the fantasy of perfection on one hand and of actually even trying to do good work on the other. It's about saying, right, I'm within a process, and whatever is within me, it is going to come out. So the act of completing stuff is about actually visually training the mindset, reinforcing the identity that one is a completer. You're making space. What has been, you've got it to this level, but you're creating this sense that now you're going to move on into the next phase. Okay guys, so you might be wondering, why have I got my bin out for you? And is it because I want to eat yesterday's nuts? It's nothing to do with that. It's because yesterday I took this idea from Lennon McCartney, taking 3 hours with a new song that I have called Sheltering, and I was like, right, whatever happens, I'm going to put my power energy and I'm going to just set out to try and get a version. So here you can actually see the list that I had yesterday. Let's go through this, right? On my list, it's always about 5 points. First thing was the piano. I was just going to sit down. I just wanted to get a structure. It could be rough. I just wanted something so I could sit down at the computer and try and get a version of it. Now the second thing, each of these boxes is a half hour. So with this, the lyrics, I just wanted to knock out the lyrics. I had the ideas, I had the feeling of the song. And it was by tricking myself and thinking that I could get it complete that I thought that I might actually get it done.
Well, I guess that I took a crooked road in life.
So the next thing was just simply setting up the computer. You just want to literally create the space. If you set up the project, it's like an invitation to yourself. It's about creating the blank canvas. So anyway, I've got the computer set up and I'm just going to try and get this song over the line. So let's go on a journey for the rest of this video. I'll try and get the song finished, and I'll maybe post a little version of it at the end, and we'll see, like, look, in action, can this work?
Well, I guess that I took a crooked road in life, but this melody and singing says my heart's alive tonight.
Booking in this time for completion, it acts as a regular hard stop. And not only that, it also brings the intensity up in you. It's like, you're gonna get this done. There is a sense of urgency that might otherwise be missing. You know, you complete something in order to make space for something new to enter. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much once again for listening, for all the support. It feels that after a lot of graft and hard work and love, that there's slowly a community building here, and it brings a lot of joy, motivation and fuel to my life. And if you have a moment, if you enjoyed it, got this far, please like, subscribe, most of all drop a comment. I really want to hear from you. I'm always a bit slow, busy dude, but I just love to hear from you. Big love all.